Hey folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I'm finishing up. This is my Dreamcatcher wolf. As you can see, I've just got a little bit here, and then this section here, which is not gonna take very long at all. The background noise, the occasional pop, 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 that's, we had a really bad rainstorm, and that's just the leak dripping, yeah, dripping into a container, yeah. So I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update as to how things are going for me and Wolfie, my daughter. Well, so today is Saturday, August 16th. Yeah. Yesterday, I had scheduled for us to go to the food bank at 1. So I was charging the battery in the van. When the charger said that said the battery was at 100, I started it up, struggled to get it to stay running, and then we broke down right in front of the auto shop. Yeah, on the highway. And so had to wave the traffic to go around us because couldn't even turn the flashers couldn't even get the flashers to go on because they require the battery. And yeah, so I called up my dad and asked him if he could, I'm like, yeah, we broke down, excuse me. So he came and picked us up, and I'm like, yeah, we've got like we were gonna finally get rid of all of our recycling, and well, it's still in the van. But Wolfie and we pushed the van into the parking lot of the auto shop, and I texted my mechanic and asked him if he could, I explained the situation quickly and asked him if he could pick up my van. And I talked to the mechanic at the auto shop, and he said that, yeah, it sounds like the alternator. Yeah, and I definitely agree. My dad came and picked us up, and instead of getting rid of all the recycling, it's still in the van. We'll deal with that later. But he took us to the food bank. We picked up some food. Then we stopped at the grocery store to get water, and then we stopped at the post office because my new plates were in. They had actually been in for several days. I was just waiting until, because I just don't like leaving the house just to do one thing and then come back. Because I knew that I was going to have to leave to go do a bunch of other stuff. So I decided to wait until we had to go to the food bank as well. Get it all done in one day because of the issues with the van. Well, you probably want to see my new plates. Well, they're not as big as I had hoped, but check it out. They're also not black like I wanted, but that's okay. I'm excited. I like them. I do, I like them. So yeah, I did not do any diamond painting or cross stitch yesterday. The last few days I've been binge watching shows, and yeah, I watched I binge watched Wednesday, season 1, and then season 2, what there is of season 2 so far. The rest of season 2 will be coming out on Netflix September 3rd, which is around the time that our kids here in Canada go back to school. Yeah. The school system here in Canada, yeah, our kids, they finish school at the end of July. They finish school at the end of June, so their summer is July and August. Oh, that's why I'm having trouble. I need this light on. Alright, so yeah, yeah, September 3rd is the rest of season 2 of Wednesday. So then I started binge watching Grey's Anatomy, and because I've seen, I think, I'm actually surprised there's 20 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. Well, I think I've only seen up to up to the first half of season 17. So that means I can do cross stitching and whatever until I hit season 17. Because I don't really have to be watching the screen the whole time because I've already seen it, right? I also have been watching The Wheel of Time. I had already watched season 1 and had started watching season 2, so I just continued with season 2, and yeah, last night I just finished season 3. So there are certain things about the show that I don't really like that they've done, that they've changed from the books. If you've never seen the show, I'm not gonna spoil it, except to say that there are certain relationships that are on the show but are not in the books, and it just kind of ruins it for me. It does. It kind of ruins it for me. But it also makes it interesting to watch. Because it's like, well, okay, so they've changed this from the books. So how are they going to spin that to make it work for the series? Right? Yeah. I've been thinking a lot about continuing to read stories on here, because I love to read, and it's something that I'm just not doing enough of. But of course there's the copyright stuff, And like I've got thousands of books, digital books. Yeah, I've got thousands of digital books, and they're just not getting read because I'm so focused on this stuff. Knitting, crocheting, diamond painting, cross stitching, and binge watching YouTube. And now I've also, like, yeah, I'm watching stuff on Amazon Prime and on Netflix, because I've got a watch list. I've got a watch list on both from several years ago, and well, not several, but yeah, from a few years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so, oh, and the good news about my van, it's still parked over at the auto shop. My mechanic called me while we were at the grocery store, in line to like, had just gotten to the till when he called, and I'm like, yeah, I'll call you when I get home. And he's like, yeah, okay. So anyways, I called him back, and he's like, yeah, a new alternator, you're looking at $300. But I'll look around and see if I can find a second-hand one, which of course gives you a 50-50 chance that it'll work. Okay, but it's cheaper, and it'll at least get me through until I can save up enough money to buy a brand new one, right? All right. Now, he calls me back a little while later, and he's like, "Yep, I found an alternator for you. $80. Nice. Less than a third of the price. It's just got to get pulled from the vehicle, and he's going to get it on Monday, and then he's going to tow my van to his shop on Monday and put it in." I'm like, "That's awesome. Let me know how much it's going to cost, and I will e-transfer the money to you as soon as I get paid." He's like, "Yep, not a problem." Which basically means it looks like I get paid on the 27th. So I'm not going to have my own transportation until the 27th. Excuse me. And also, the kill switch on the van. I was talking to the dude at the auto shop about it, and he's like, "Well, kill switch doesn't matter if it's on the positive or the negative. It's just disconnecting power. It's just shutting off the power to the battery, so it should be fine." Which explains why all the kill switches that I can find online are for the negative. They go on the negative post, whereas a dead man's switch goes on the positive. And so, yeah, I'm not going to bother with getting the dead man's switch since I've already got the kill switch. So I'm just really hoping that because the alternator will, yeah, the alternator drains batteries, but I'm really hoping that it's just the alternator, and once the alternator is replaced, that's the problem. That's it. No more battery drainage. I'm really hoping that's all it is. Because then I can focus on getting the power steering pump done, and the minor things that need to be done, which is the driver's side mirror and the driver's side door, and the greasing of the doors, of all the doors. Oh, and I'm gonna get him to fix one of the back doors. It's stopped opening. It's stuck closed, and I don't know why. But yeah, when we were at the food bank, I was explaining the situation to the lady there, and she also agreed that, yeah, it sounds like the alternator. And it really made me think back to when I had an alternator problem in a previous vehicle, and it's like, yeah, I agree with them both about the alternator. Okay, my mind literally just went blank talking about the alternator. But I'm hoping that with getting that fixed, with getting all of these little things. Oh yeah, the lady at the food bank, I told her about the mechanic, and she's like, oh yeah, he's a really good mechanic. She had an issue with her car once, and she was quoted $3,000 to fix it. And she took it to him, and oh god, I think she said he only it was like $100 or $300 or something like that. It was like super cheap for him to fix her problem. Yeah. So yeah, he's a good mechanic. He'll do whatever. Yeah, he'll do whatever needs to be done, and he doesn't charge an arm and a leg, which is good. So I'm actually quite glad that that tow truck operator suggested I contact him back when the car went kaput. I even asked the guy at the guy at the auto shop. I'm like, I asked him if he'd be interested in doing a trade. My van and my car for anything that they've got on the lot. And the dude's like, unfortunately we don't have anything for sale right now. And there was a lady there, probably his wife, and I turned to her and I'm like, yeah, I really wish I could have my van back. I pointed to my van, my Westie. And she's like, oh, that used to be yours? I'm like, yeah. I drove that thing on the outskirts of a hurricane. Not a problem. Never had a problem with it. Well, except for the pipe, the muffler. Not the muffler itself, but the connecting pipe broke. Had an issue with that when I was living in Ontario. I didn't have the money to get it fixed. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, the only time I actually had a problem with it was when the heat gave out in the middle of winter on the way back. Yeah. Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. So A, C, D, and F. Nope, none of those. G. There's a few G's. But yeah, that van, since I got rid of it, I sold it to a friend, and then he was fixing it up, and then he turned around and he sold it. Yeah, he sold it, and after he got rid of it, it's gone through like 3 or 4 motors, apparently. Yeah. But and that's why it's at the shop. It's been sitting at the shop for a while because it needs a new motor. Again. Okay, so the only letters are left are S and T. And then I am done this 40 by 50. Woohoo! And then I can get back to my Mouthy Woman and Captain Caveman. Yeah. I have been working on those too. It's just, I also wanted to get this one finished because I was so close to having it finished. I had about 1.5 rows left, so I wanted to get it finished. Because the other ones I've been doing them like 1 row at a time. I work on a row until it's done, and then I switch to a different canvas. But yeah, now that this one is, as soon as this one is done, I'm gonna spin the wheel to see what I'm gonna work on next, because I think I like the idea of having 3 canvases on the go. And I'm also working on 2. I've been focused on my Bookie Dragon canvas, cross stitch, so, and I think it's because I've got I've got all those pictures for it on my phone. But I ended up switching to a larger hoop, so I'm not having to relocate the hoop as often. Yeah. So, what else should I talk about? Yeah, my Bookie Dragon is coming along slowly, but I've been doing a lot of knitting that pink blanket. It's just about 2 feet long now, and I'm still on the first skein of yarn. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice length, and a nice enough length that it's looking like it's definitely gonna be an Afghan. See, I never know when I first start if it's going to be a baby blanket or an Afghan size. Unless I've got like lots and lots of yarn for said project. But yeah, it was like I got the yarn at the bargain shop, which it's a relatively cheap store. But the stuff that's in the store is actually, even if it's on the cheap side, it's not cheap, dollar store cheap, but the stuff in this store is of fairly good quality, actually. Like I got my wagon there. I did a video where I talked about all the stuff that I got there, and the stuff it's all still working, doing good. Yeah, the wagon, the little fan that I got for Wolfie. Actually, the wagon is in the trunk of the car, in the back of the car. Technically, it's an SUV. I'm just not used to referring to a vehicle as it's either a truck, van, or car. So to me, it's a car, even if it is an SUV. Which means technically my my Datsun would have been considered an SUV. If an SUV means like a vehicle with a big trunk that you can actually climb through the, like, you open up the trunk and you can climb over the back seat. Yeah, that's what my Datsun was. It was a Datsun 210 wagon, which is similar to an SUV. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so still got to figure out, still got to fiddle around with the tarps to get them to cover, well, the drip, the leak, it occurs more like after there's been a bit of an accumulation of rainwater, right? Because the rainwater ends up weighing down the tarp over the slide out, and so then it just, I got to get the tarp moved. I got to get the tarp moved over that way a little bit, just a couple of inches, so that it stays draped over the side, so the water will when it accumulates, it doesn't, it dribbles off the side of the roof. Yeah. If you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look, we're almost done. Woohoo! So close. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, season 2 of Wednesday. Oh, that was cool. No spoilers, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna say I was disappointed that there were only a few episodes, and gotta wait another month for the other half of the season to see what happens next. And it really sucks. I thought they were going to have Xavier back. That's the only spoiler. Xavier's not there. The actor that plays Xavier is not there. He is mentioned. But apparently there was, he's not in season 2 because of legal issues. I was doing a little bit of Google searching about season 2, because Wolfie and I, we were talking about Catherine Zeta-Jones, who plays Morticia, and because she was saying that it looks like she's lost weight since season 1. So I did a little bit of Googling to see, and it popped up like, why was this actor not in season 2? He was accused of something, and so he's having to go to court over it. So there we go. Wolfie is done. Isn't that nice? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh wait, I gotta Use the roller. Roller. Yay. Awesome. Yep. I'm so excited about that. All right. So now that I am done with Wolfie, I will do a kit down, because I've got to kit down this one, and I've also got my paw prints on Bridge that I have to kit down. Okay, so spin. Spin. Let's see. What is next? Woohoo! Tree. All right. I was hoping for fish, but tree. Yay! It's a small one, but it's a square. So it'll take a little while. So yeah, it's a 30 by 30. Yeah, it's a 30 by 30. So in the meantime, yay! Happy me! Yay! All right, so all done with the wolf, with the Dreamcatcher wolf, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not too bad at all. Yeah. So until next time, see ya!